Welcome to the studio, folks. My name is Armin, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about how I know when I'm finished with my pieces. I usually start my surface in a pretty intense, frantic, reckless way, trying to cover the surface as quick as I can, because I really hate to look at a white canvas or a white surface. And what I do is get all my markings down, whatever tonal values I want in the beginning, and it doesn't matter how anything is important or significant or not at that point, because I know as I'm progressing to finish my piece, I'm going to gradually start reducing and simplifying my imagery. That being said, what you're seeing here is the structure of my work. So I'm working these pieces at the base layer, the very first layer. I'm putting down pretty much recklessly, but they're my forms, my symbols of imagery in black markings. That could be grease pencil, that could be black oil bars, oil pastel, things of that nature, China markers I use. And that's the backbone structure of my work. Gradually from that, then I'll start applying color, tone. That color and tone is neither here nor there or specific to anything. I'm not trying to create any imagery of any sort. I'm just trying to get the surface worked up where it gives me imagery and gives me things to pull out: motion, energy, movement. Movement's very important in my pieces. But what you'll see is, and what I know is, when I'm starting to come to the finish of my pieces, I'm in a process where I'll start to get less questions and have less answers, and it's like a momentum, it's a rhythm. And as I'm proceeding on a piece, the questions get less and less. The momentum and drive to come up to the surface, make marks, get less and less, because I'm starting to achieve the look I want. I somehow subconsciously know that's what I want, and I'm bringing the piece to an end. And usually, as I said before, that's what's implied there to come near the end is reducing and simplifying. Of course, I can reduce and simplify more, and as I keep experimenting, that might start to show up in my work. This piece that you see here on the left has a lot more reduction going on in it. You can reduce with a lighter color, you could reduce with mid-range colors, or I could come in here with blacks and just create a totally different type of piece, where it's a little more dynamic and the colors pop out probably like they're lit up. But what you're seeing on these surfaces, and I'm going to bring the camera up real close, is that I will probably work in 3 layers. So what's on this surface is derived from layering, and you know, you could go up to 4 or 5 layers. It all depends what you like. But if you like see areas in here, this is the original base canvas of the original toning and patina I was creating. And that was done in acrylic paint, and I'm kind of using washes. I'm almost using the acrylic paint like watercolor. And you kind of see what's going on in that interaction. But once that gets bone dry, I can glaze that first layer and start to work up, and I work up with more oil pastel, oil bars, oil medium, and I tend to always use a unique not really a thinner, but I use a blending stick. It's called it's made by RF, their company in Kingston, New York. It says it's a pigment stick, but it's made of wax and linseed oil. And then they have a bigger tub of it, which I apply with my fingertips almost like butter to the surface. Now this will have a great effect on the oil bars, oil pastels, to the effect that it's creating like an oil paint. And then it's starting to create texturing, which I love. I love a textured surface. So, and I just found this is made by RF as well. I need my glasses. This is called blending medium. And this will harden up. This takes about 3-4 days to harden up. And that surface gets more tacky. Gives me more life to keep applying more color, more design, and proceed from there. Also, what I'll do is probably close to finish. I'll let these cure for about another couple of weeks so to the touch, they're not so tacky anymore. And once that happens, depending on the size, I might apply a cold wax. And the cold wax is a unique process that needs almost educational video, because you rub that down almost like shoe polish. You cover the whole surface. You blend it in with a nice soft t-shirt, old t-shirt, and you let that get bone dry. And then when that's dry, you can buff it with a t-shirt and you get a beautiful sheen. Another way I've sealed these mixed media paintings, I'll use an acrylic matte varnish, and I apply that with a brush. And I think in the future I'll start applying that with one of those plastic spackle knives, or it's not really a brush, but it goes over lightly so nothing scores the surface of the painting. But sometimes I've used that acrylic matte varnish right away after I get the first layer done, because I want the brush marks to be left and dry into the surface. And once those brush marks and that first surface is dry, then I'll start applying the oil bars, which really creates a beautiful texture. And you're literally fooled, did I paint these or not, because you're seeing brush stroke. But the brush stroke was never a color. It's the oil bars filling in on top of it and filling the ridges of the brush stroke that create a great painterly effect. And one day I might do a demonstration of that and have some kind of a instructive video. But I hope you enjoyed this today, and you can pull some techniques from this in your work. So have a good day and come back again.